Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 28th of September. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Whitehaven Coal, Retail Food Group, Xero, S2 Resources and EQ Resources. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you're getting our free newsletter. But our best stock tips come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report, so make sure you are getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is portfolio management, so if you'd like our help in managing your portfolio, then please give me a call. And all the advice here is general only. So this is the daily chart of Whitehaven. We've looked at this one a couple of times, so in my opinion, it still looks like the downtrend is over, forming a base. It looks like it's forming an inverse head and shoulders here, possibly, because you've got a very clear line of resistance at 750. So most recently, very nice sort of rally again off these lows. Looks like it wants to head higher. And basically the next target is 750. So if it can crack that, what you do is to extrapolate an upside, you measure the depth of this, add that on, and it gives us a possible target above $9. Okay, Retail Food Group. So look, not really making any headway, still looking fairly negative on the chart. Volumes are extremely low, so that's a difficulty at the moment. If I was to move to a weekly chart, you could see just for the past few years, we could say call this a large base, hopefully. After that massive downtrend, so it really doesn't become interesting until you crack that base just above 10 cents. So anything in the meantime is just sort of low volume whipping around. Ideally, if you can see volume come in and it gets back above these sorts of levels, then maybe you've got a bit of upside then. Okay, Xero. So if we look at daily chart again, we've looked at this one a couple of times with the breakout and the continuation of the trend. So uptrend now looks like it's consolidating. Looks like a fairly flat consolidation. So you've got this sort of three wave heading sideways, which overall is a good sign. Bit of support back here at $1.10 by the looks of it. So ideally you want to see it hold above that. And basically if we could see a nice sort of decent move up from around these levels on volume, then I'd say that's the next buy signal. Okay, S2 Resources. So look, not much volume at all, and you can see by the way it's trading. So if we have a look more on a weekly chart, it looks like it's had an upside break. So you've had this consolidation, then an upside break. So I guess if you were holding this, you'd be looking at, I'd say the breakout at 16 cents is where you want to keep your sort of stop level, and possibly you'd be looking at a retest up here near 22 cents. Okay, and finally EQR. So look, another one that's doesn't have much volume at all, so better looking at it on a weekly chart here. It's generally been meandering higher over the past few years. Looks like we've got a bit of a double top here, not too dissimilar to what we saw here. So a bit of a double top. Does seem to be some support at 7 cents seems to be a major level. So I think if you were in it, give it a chance to see if it could bounce off 7 cents. But if it falls under that, I'd say it may well end up with something like this. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and I'll try to cover it next Thursday.